Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. We are outside today and it is windy and it is kind of busy on my street. I come out here and sat down and got everything ready, and all of a sudden people are starting to mow their yards, and we've got one neighbor a street up above us who has taken to shooting golf balls back and forth across the street. So yeah, real fun. He's interrupted me a couple of times. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about vintage yarn and get your thoughts on it and show you some vintage yarns that I got. So let me just show you some vintage yarns that I found at a yard sale, and then we can have a discussion about them. So most of the balls of the yarn that I found at this yard sale were just scrap balls that were balled up like this. This is a green one here. And the lady had said she inherited it from her mother-in-law when she passed, and then she had given it to her mother, and then her mother no longer wanted it, so they were going to sell it what they could, and then they were going to just get rid of the rest of it. So I went through and I found some pretty neat looking yarns. So obviously this is the only scrap ball one, and it just kind of, I guess, made its way in there by accident. I don't remember doing that. But here is this one. It's called Miracle Match. It was sold at Kmart for the low price of $1.33, and then it went on clearance for 88 cents. But it is 75% olefin fiber and 25% acrylic. Its color white is rust. I got this partial skein of Caron Dazzle Air. It is called Peachy Banana Ombre, and it is 60% acrylic and 40% nylon. That's very pretty. I found this one. It's called Melina Acrylon. I don't know. It's 100% acrylic, and its color is olive. This is a full skein too. I found this one. It doesn't have a ball band, but it's a partial skein. And another partial skein with no ball band. It's a pretty like rosy color. Here is a partial skein. It's called Soft Tail. It's a 4-ply worsted weight. It's from Walmart for 78 cents. It's 100% premium acrylic. Its colorway is coral. Here's a full skein of Say L number 6. Its colorway is green. It says it is 100% DuPont Orlon. I have no idea what that is. I found this partial skein of Red Heart. It's called Pale Rose. It does have like a little stain right here, but I figure it could be easily cut out. Found this is a full skein of Windtuck knitting yarn. It's 100% Orlon acrylic, and it also has a stain right here and one right there. It looks to be just those strands, so I figure it could be cut out. And this one is called Winter White. I found this Red Heart soft spun pompadour yarn. It is virgin Orlon acrylic fiber and 16% olefin. I've never even heard of this stuff before. Colorway is silver. It has some like silver streaks through it, like this like streaky stuff. I know you guys know what I mean. So This was pompadour yarn, and so is this. It is Red Heart pompadour yarn. It is 84% virgin Orlon acrylic and 16% rayon in the colorway baby yellow. It also has those like the ribbony sparkly stuffs. I found 3 whole skeins of that one. And then I found this. It's called Luster Sheen by Red Heart. It is 100% Cresslin acrylic fiber. And the colorway for this one is called Misty. I found 2 skeins. This one feels like a partial skein. I could be wrong. There's a train coming, so I will probably have to pause during that. I found 2 skeins of this, and I believe because it train, hold please. Okay, the train is gone and I'm back. So as I was saying, I found these 2 skeins and they feel just like this luster, so I thought that's probably what that is. And then I also found this floppy white one, and it does have a little bit of, it looks to be stained, but I bet it's just dirty. It doesn't really, yeah, because it's like coming off with me just wiping it. So, nope, that looks like it may be a little bit of a stain right there too. So I found those. Now I also found in the box were these mile a minute strips, I think. So we have like this green one. We have like this blue one. We have a yellow one. And then it looks like we have the 2 inside pieces, like for the orange, and then a pink. So I saw all of this. I thought it was super cool, so I thought I would buy it. They only charged me $1, but I went ahead and gave them 5 because I thought that's $5 worth of yarn at least, right? So what are your guys' thoughts on buying vintage yarn, like from yard sales or flea markets or you know, places like that, like thrift stores and stuff? Because most vintage yarns are very rough, and I know like Red Heart is a rough yarn. I particularly don't like Red Heart all that much. Some is nicer feeling than others. If I'm going to be using acrylic, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby or the Big Twist at Joann. I feel like those feel like the nicest. Some of the yarn from Michaels, like their brand, I think feels like really harsh. Like I bought some to make little wreath ornaments one year, and it was like it burnt my fingers almost. It like I had like rug burn between my fingers. I'm like, wow, that was pretty rough yarn, you know. So I noticed like feeling of this yarn that it's really rough. And another thing like with vintage yarns is the smell. Like, I mean, it doesn't stink, but it smells vintage. I mean, it's like got a very distinct smell. And I wonder, is that because they stored it in like musty places, maybe like basements or attics? It's like, it makes me sad to think that maybe one day my yarn will smell like this. But you know, with a washing, the smell will come out and it's not too offensive. I have had this yarn sitting out, kind of like airing it out a little bit to try to get rid of that vintage smell. But yeah, so I want to know what your guys' thoughts are about vintage yarn and like things to make with vintage yarn and all of that stuff. And I also bought all of this yarn for a single purpose, and that was to give it away to someone who loves vintage yarn. So this whole box of yarn and the mile a minute strips, which could be taken apart and used for other things, or you could continue making the mile a minute strips. I thought they were all pretty colors, but all of that is included in this vintage giveaway. So if you want to be entered into the vintage yarn giveaway, just make sure you use the word vintage down below in the comments so that I know that you want to be entered into it. If you just want to talk about vintage yarn but don't want to enter, just make sure you don't use the word vintage, use the word old or something like that. But yeah, I thought that when I was getting it, my sister was like, don't you have enough yarn? I was like, I'm getting this for a giveaway. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today, was just your thoughts on vintage yarn. Like, it's almost like a crochet rescue. You save this yarn for use for another day. All right, well, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, I forgot to tell you the rules for the giveaway. So they'll be listed down below in the description box, but primarily you need to be 18 years old. You need to be able to receive the yarn in whatever country you live in. If your country charges like extra taxes or duties or whatever, that's on you. Once it leaves me, I don't really have any control of it after that. I will pick a winner on Tuesday's podcast, so make sure you watch Tuesday to see if you win or not. And yeah, everything else will be down below. And this time, for real, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.